All right, I'm going sideways, but let's get to the Nightburnerz 5-pack. This thing is so cool. I want to get close up, so that's why we're doing it the way we're doing it, going sideways. Four cool models for sure. Now, when I showed this on Instagram, there were some questions that came up. So I'll show you Nightburnerz. There's some of the licensors. There's the models, the Alpha Pursuit, and then a bunch of licensed cars. Nice art here. I'm going to do it upside down, so you might have to turn your phone around or something. But Kaido House, the 620 that June designed, he's got his Kaido House logo on this, and so it's kind of cool to see. It seems appropriate. He's also got his zero on there. We'll talk about that when we do the car, but very nice art. All right, let's open this up. And while I'm doing that, people were like, wow, that's a fantastic pack, really cool. Well, first off, they're like, oh, do you know that the Speedtail's turned around? Leeway's like, yeah, we noticed. Sometimes it happens. The Speedtail has got a weird silhouette. I'm sure that won't be the last time we see. Is that an error that I get worried about? No, not really. I don't get if a car gets turned around in a blister or a pack, I don't care much about that. But, all right, I'll get this open. But while I'm doing that, some people were like, well, you've got all these 4 great licensed models, and then what's with the Alpha Pursuit, like a fake police car? And I got the answer. I didn't even ask. I think Leeway saw the comments, and he's talked about it. He's like, hey, it's all about budget. If they could do a licensed car, they would. But in order to get us these 4 fantastic, sometimes they've got to do something like put in like an unlicensed Hot Wheels original where there's no need to approve licensing or anything else. But I think the way to think about this is not, boy, they really screwed up. Why would they give us this? They know what we want. They know what collectors want. They also know that 5-packs have to appeal to kids first and collectors second, but they'll throw us a bone with a pack like this for sure. But occasionally it's like think of it this way. We've got these 4 models. Let me turn this around. There you go. We've got these 4 models, and one of the reasons we have these 4 is because they put that in the last spot. Does that make sense? I hope it does, but let's get right to it. Let's get the Alpha Pursuit done with. It is a futuristic, I would say it almost has a Sid Mead feel to it. Police car. I have no problem with it. Would I have liked a licensed classic police car? Sure. Of course I would. But again, we've got the 4 models that I'm happy with. I talk all about those side graphics. This doesn't get it. The rest of them, only the Kaido House truck really gets something. But, this is the throw the bone style, like I said. 2 collectors. All right. Let's go with the Mazda RX-7. This is the Savannah. I had to bring out the 3 previous editions. I'd love to see this one go premium, but in the meantime, this casting has been treated right. It premiered in just plain red. It had the details in the front, had the details in the back, had the lace wheels, which I thought were fantastic. That was the first version. That was the only one version that year. And then the next year, it was last year, it gets released in white. This is my favorite by far. White with the white rims, just so era appropriate, this look. Just loved it. Same thing, plain. Details in the front, details in the back. That one was fantastic. And then the recolor last year seemed a little bit more like straight down the stock kind of style. The blue with the MC5 wheels, I really liked that one. And what's cool is that's a collection, and we didn't get anything crazy here. We get this cool yellow version with the white PR5 wheels, and we didn't get details in the front, but those would just be the reflectors or the turn signals. I'm not entirely sure. But we do get the taillights in the back. They have to play with budget. Sometimes they skip one thing to do another thing. And I'm not really missing the details in the back because you got the closed headlights, but or in the front, but because you've got the taillights in the back, I'm really happy with this one. All right. This is the highlight for me, but it always will be. I'm such a big fan. Those who follow me on Lamley know that I am such a huge fan of the Honda Prelude, the 5th generation. I wanted it to be done. Ryu finally did it. So anytime this car gets released, I am a huge, I don't care where it is, I'm going to get it. And again, let's talk about it in a second. I just had to pull out all of the Preludes. I didn't pull out the premium, but I'm just going through them real quick. We had the gray version a couple years ago. Then we had the blue version. These were both stock. If you remember, the license plate is the actual license that was Ryu's parents' Prelude had, so that was a tribute to his parents. Then, what was it, last year? Yeah, last year it was pretty much a plain version, right? We had taillights. Headlights are built into the window piece, but we had the black hood, which I'm not complaining about. That's not some crazy stripe. In yellow, and then it was recolored in red. a little bit after that. But in between that, we had the awesome, maybe the best store exclusive of the year last year, was this kind of color changing aqua green with the black hood and lace wheels, which I just loved. All right, now we have this white version, and it is so clean, so cool, and again, era appropriate. Just love the white color, the white car with the white rims. It matches the RX-7, which I think is great, and I love all of the details there. So cool. Taillights, headlights already there. It even gets the Honda Deco or the Honda badge right in front, which I think is very nice too. So there is the Prelude. Two more. I didn't pull out of the Datsun 620s because that's a video in and of itself. But this Kaido House truck is great. You can see June's all over the place. You've got the Greddy logo. June works with Greddy. Obviously, the Datsun, the Zero logo, which we've seen on previous June castings in the Hot Wheels world. And then it's got a little bit of that updated striping that we've seen on some of June's Mini GT Kaido House models, right? So on the hood, on the side, some of these other kind of Kaido House signature stylings. Sure, he had a little bit of a say on what went on this truck. I love the color of this truck a ton. MC5s really work. You got the Datsun embossed in the back. That will be a model that people will just go after for sure. And we finish off with the McLaren Speedtail. I have been a huge fan of this casting. I typically don't go crazy for the sports cars or the hypercars, but this one I certainly did because I really liked the casting. Let's walk through the history. 3 versions released in the basic, right? So this is the first version, which is that signature color. Love the way they do the wheels in this one. They just happen to have 2 wheels that work perfectly to match the turbofan in the front. So that kind of aqua color, or like light blue color, I guess. Then we had this burnt orange color that was matched, if you can see there in the back, with the exotic diorama set in premium. Oh, and by the way, this one will be matched in the Exotic Envy set, only it won't have the turbofan front. It'll have 10 spokes. It'll be premium in the Exotic Envy set. And then we had the recolor in silver with the turbofan look. So 3 versions there, and now we finally have this great version in dark purple with the black rims, and it is fantastic. Same thing, no crazy striping here, just plain. You've got the McLaren badge in the front. You've got the taillight tampoed onto the rear. And this thing is great. Prelude is the star for me, but the Kaido House truck's great. The Savannah's great as well. And so is this one for you hypercar fans. I am a huge fan. You guys tell me what you think. Thank you, Leeway, for this. We get to see some of your work, not just the castings, but we can focus on the graphics. And we can see what the work you've done with June on that truck, and then all the other stuff that you've done as well. This is fantastic. Thank you for the sneak peek. More to come. Thanks, everyone. Bye.